From the distant constellations of the Pleiades, a profound message is being transmitted for the ears of Earth's starseeds. The Pleiadian High Council, known for their wisdom and compassion, has chosen this moment to reveal a truth long hidden. The story of humanity's origins is not as it appears in the history books. It is a narrative that will challenge your understanding of reality. Keep watching until the end to discover the astonishing truth about humanity's origins. The origin of humanity. The story of humanity's origins revolves around the powerful and enigmatic beings known as the Anunnaki. The narrative brings into question everything we've come to accept about our origins, offering an alternate perspective that spans galaxies and dimensions. According to many ancient wisdom keepers and records passed down through millennia, the Earth, the planet we call home, has been shaped by extraordinary events and civilizations that predate our current understanding of human history. Millions of years ago, long before modern humans ever walked the Earth, groups of highly advanced fifth-dimensional star beings embarked on an incredible journey from distant star systems. Among these early cosmic travelers were the Pre-Adamites, beings from the Lyra star system who eventually migrated to the Pleiades before making their way to our blue planet. As these star nations settled on Earth, they became known as the Lemurians and the Atlanteans, ancient humanoid civilizations who were the original terraformers of our world. They shaped and molded the planet to prepare it for new life forms, including advanced humanoids who would later evolve into Homo sapiens. These early visitors were involved in creating the very early ancestors of humanity, beings such as Homo erectus and Neanderthals. Over time, another group of star travelers, known as the Anunnaki, intervened and further developed these early forms of humans, using their advanced genetic engineering techniques to create what we now know as modern humans. The arrival of Anunnaki, a powerful and highly advanced civilization on Earth, fundamentally shaped the destiny of humankind. The Anunnaki, originating from a distant planet called Nibiru, were not just explorers but master geneticists, scientists, and architects. These beings, described as a blend of reptilian and human characteristics yet remarkably beautiful, are portrayed in ancient records as gods who wielded extraordinary power and knowledge. Their presence on Earth marked the beginning of a significant chapter in the history of human evolution. They had devices resembling modern navigational computers, LCD screens, and advanced communication systems capable of sending messages across the vastness of space back to Nibiru. Upon their arrival, the first Anunnaki visitor, Alalu, landed near what is today known as Mesopotamia, a region they referred to as Eden. It was here that they established their first Earth settlement, Eridu, a lush city they built in just 6 days using astonishing earth-moving and construction techniques. Their primary purpose is to mine gold, a precious resource they needed to restore their own planet's dwindling atmosphere. For thousands of years they toiled away, but as time went on, their workers, known as the Igi, grew weary and demanded relief from the relentless labor. It was at this point that the Anunnaki decided to create a new being, one that would serve as a more efficient workforce, and thus began the creation of modern humans. The Anunnaki leaders, particularly the two sons of their king Anu, Enki and Enlil, along with Enki's consort Ninmah and his son Ningishzida, took on the task of designing these new beings. Enki, known for his compassion and deep empathy for Earth and its creatures, saw an opportunity not just to create a mere worker, but to give rise to a new form of life. By combining their DNA with that of the existing ape-like creatures on Earth and the life-giving minerals found in the planet's clay, they created the first Adamu, or Adam, followed soon after by Eve. These beings were more than just laborers. They were a hybrid species with the potential for higher consciousness. However, the Anunnaki's intentions were not entirely altruistic. While Enki harbored a sense of kinship and love for these new humans, his brother Enlil was far less compassionate. Enlil viewed humans as nothing more than tool creations to be controlled, managed, and disposed of if necessary. The contrasting personalities of these two brothers would create a lasting impact on humanity's development and perception of divinity. Ancient texts suggest that Enlil, who demanded absolute obedience and reverence, may have inspired some of the more wrathful and jealous depictions of gods in human religious texts. The stories and writings passed down through ancient Sumerian tablets and later adapted by various religious traditions depict these powerful beings as the gods of early mythology. They shaped not only human genetics but also human culture, belief systems, and the very foundation of what we know as civilization. The so-called gods in religious texts, often portrayed as loving and wrathful at different times, are in fact these Anunnaki beings. When God in the ancient Hebrew Bible says, "Let us create man in our image," it reflects this plurality of divine entities. Through these actions, the Anunnaki embedded themselves in the DNA of humanity both literally and metaphorically. Their influence shaped not only the genetic blueprint of our species, but also the framework of our societies, religions, and understanding of the divine. The humans they created were given the ability to reproduce, ensuring a growing population to serve their needs. Yet, the spark of higher consciousness, gifted by Enki against the wishes of his kin, ensured that humans could eventually seek out their own divine potential. When Enlil learned that Enki had granted humans access to profound knowledge and potential immortality, he was deeply troubled. His statement, "See, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil," reflected his concern that humanity was surpassing its intended role. Enlil feared that humans might reach out for the tree of life and gain eternal life, so he expelled them from the Anunnaki's paradise, Eden, and suppressed their immortality. Despite Enlil's actions, Enki remained dedicated to his creations. He infused one of his human creations with the essence of longevity from the tree of life, ensuring that some humans inherited a spark of extended life. This gesture highlighted Enki's compassion and belief in humanity's potential. The interaction between the Anunnaki and Earth's inhabitants took on increasingly complex dimensions, especially as certain Anunnaki Igi, or sons of God, began to take human mates. These unions led to the birth of beings often described in ancient texts as giants or demigod creatures with immense strength and stature. The resulting hybrid offspring were sometimes viewed with awe and sometimes with fear, as their existence represented a blending of divine and mortal attributes that challenged traditional boundaries. The Igi, lower-ranking Anunnaki from Mars, were said to be influenced by the Archon's spirit during a mission, which made them become infatuated with human women. Their genetic experiments with women corrupted Earth's creatures. The Anunnaki condemned the Igi as fallen angels and exiled them for 70 generations. To eliminate the corrupt hybrid giants from Earth, the decision was made to destroy them in a great flood. However, Enki secretly preserved Noah and samples of Earth's DNA to ensure the planet could be repopulated afterward. After the flood, the Anunnaki created a new, less fertile human race and established hybrid rulers. This period saw conflict between Enki and Enlil, culminating in a devastating war that ravaged Earth, resulting in significant loss of life and further chaos on Earth. The Watchers and their rebellion. After the war, the Anunnaki decided to leave Earth, but they didn't abandon it entirely. They left behind their human hybrid bloodline kings to oversee the Earth in their absence, setting up a system of control that would influence humanity for generations to come. This move marked a turning point in Earth's history, where the direct involvement of the Anunnaki lessened, but their influence persisted through their chosen intermediaries. As the Anunnaki departed Earth, leaving behind their hybrid kings to govern humanity, another group of beings known as the Watchers or the Fallen Angels came into focus. These Watchers were initially tasked with assisting the new human kings in maintaining order and overseeing Earth's operations. However, their story took a dark and unexpected turn. The Watchers were originally Anunnaki who had been punished and imprisoned on Earth for 70 years due to their previous transgressions. They were given an opportunity to redeem themselves by supporting the human rulers and ensuring the stability of the planet. However, the Watchers were still under close scrutiny and probation, constantly monitored by the senior Anunnaki to prevent further disobedience. To ensure they couldn't escape, an energetic field was placed around the Earth, creating a sort of cosmic prison that confined them to this planet. The Watchers, driven by resentment and frustration over their confinement, decided to take matters into their own hands. Realizing that they were trapped on Earth with no chance of escape, they chose to seize control of the planet. This marked a significant shift in the narrative of Earth's history, a period where these once rebellious beings sought power and dominion over humanity, further complicating the relationship between celestial and terrestrial forces. Among these fallen beings, Marduk, also known as Marduk in the transcript, rose to prominence. Marduk, a powerful and ambitious Anunnaki figure, eventually took over as the ruler of Earth, establishing a new era of control and manipulation. Under his leadership, the bloodline hybrid kings who had been left in charge by the Anunnaki now found themselves under the dominion of a different kind of authority, one that was darker, more cunning, and far less benevolent. Marduk's rule introduced a new dynamic to the relationship between humans and their celestial overseers. No longer were the human kings merely the representatives of the Anunnaki's will. They were now subjugated to Marduk's authority, effectively becoming his puppets. The narrative implies that this shift marked the beginning of a long period of manipulation and control over humanity, a time when darkness and deception became tools for maintaining power. For you, this part of the story challenges you to think about the layers of control and influence that might exist beyond what is visible or commonly accepted in mainstream history. It invites you to explore the idea that humanity's development has been significantly shaped by these otherworldly forces, which have had their own agendas and conflicts. The presence of the Watchers and Marduk's subsequent rise to power suggest a more nuanced understanding of good and evil, where cosmic entities have their own motives that aren't necessarily aligned with the well-being of humanity. This part of the narrative raises questions about the nature of freedom and control. If beings like the Watchers and Marduk have been exerting influence over the course of human history, what does that mean for the concept of human autonomy? How much of our progress, struggles, and conflicts might be the result of these unseen forces maneuvering from behind the curtain? The control of Marduk and the human struggle for freedom. As the narrative unfolds, it becomes clear that Marduk's control over Earth marks a significant chapter in humanity's origins and evolution. Having taken over rulership from the Anunnaki, Marduk's reign represents a long period of manipulation, darkness, and hidden agendas. This period under his rule is described as a time when humanity was kept in the dark, without the knowledge or awareness needed to challenge their circumstances. The story suggests that Marduk, having seized power, established a system where human hybrid kings and descendants of the Anunnaki acted as his proxies to maintain his grip on Earth. Under his rule, these kings, who should have been caretakers of humanity, instead served as instruments of oppression. The implication here is that Marduk's control wasn't just about maintaining power over humans, but also about preventing them from realizing their full potential. Marduk's strategy involved maintaining an environment where ignorance reigned supreme. The less humans knew, the less likely they were to challenge their conditions or the authorities that governed them. This manipulation extended to all levels of society, suggesting that the structures of power and control we see today might have deep, ancient roots. Enlil, the Anunnaki figure, one of the celestial rulers, had a fear of a fully awakened humanity. If humans were to awaken to their true history and the celestial machinations behind their development, the game would be over. This is because an informed and conscious humanity would refuse to be controlled, manipulated, or oppressed by any external force, celestial or otherwise. In this context, Marduk's rule can be seen as a metaphor for all forms of control that have kept humanity in check, whether they are political, social, economic, or spiritual. The idea is that these systems have been designed to limit your awareness and keep you from understanding your true potential and power. If you think about it, this concept resonates with many of the struggles humans face even today. The quest for knowledge, the fight for freedom, and the challenge of overcoming the powers that be that seem to have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo. However, the narrative does not leave you in despair. It introduces the idea of a great awakening, a period that is occurring on Earth right now. This awakening is described as a process where more and more people are becoming aware of the deeper truths of their existence and are starting to challenge the established narratives that have kept them in the dark. It's a call to action for you to seek out this knowledge, to dig deeper, and to question everything you've been taught or told. The concept of the Great Awakening is a powerful one. It suggests that despite the efforts of beings like Marduk to keep humanity subjugated and ignorant, there is a shift happening. People are beginning to wake up to the realization that they are more than just passive players in a grand cosmic drama. They are the potential authors of a new chapter, one that could rewrite the history and future of Earth itself. For you, this part of the story is both a warning and an encouragement. It warns of the dangers of complacency and ignorance, but it also encourages a proactive approach to seeking out the truth and embracing the power that comes with knowledge. The narrative invites you to be a part of this awakening, to contribute to the collective effort to break free from the long-standing manipulation and control that has defined much of human history. It emphasizes that only through awareness, education, and unity can humanity overcome the forces that seek to keep it bound and ultimately reclaim its rightful place in the cosmos. The promise of liberation and the role of light beings. In the aftermath of millennia under the control of beings like Marduk and the oppressive structures established by the Anunnaki, the Earth is currently in a transformative era, one where light beings, often referred to as mastery teachers, are working tirelessly to bring truth and enlightenment to you and others around the world. These light beings are portrayed as benevolent forces who are guiding humanity toward a higher state of consciousness and understanding. The idea of light beings intervening in humanity's development is not a new concept in spiritual traditions. Here, it is suggested that these beings are aware of the cosmic dynamics at play and are committed to helping you break free from the shackles that have kept you spiritually and intellectually limited. They serve as guides, mentors, and catalysts for change, offering wisdom and teachings that challenge the narratives imposed by forces of control. The mission of these light beings is to shine a light on hidden truths, exposing the manipulation and deception that have shaped human history. They are the ones who present new information and encourage you to engage in deep research and introspection, urging you to uncover what truly happened in ancient times. By doing so, you are empowered to see beyond the veil of illusion and to understand the forces that have been at work since the dawn of human civilization. This is where your personal journey comes into focus. You are called to be an active participant in this awakening. The light beings can guide and illuminate the path, but it is ultimately up to you to walk it. This involves questioning the narratives you have been taught, seeking out alternative sources of information, and connecting with others who are on the same quest for truth. It means taking responsibility for your own spiritual development and not waiting for external forces to liberate you. The promise of liberation lies in the realization that you, along with others, possess a divine spark of divinity within. This spark is described as the core of your being, a piece of the infinite consciousness that connects you to the entire universe. By becoming more aware of this divine essence, you can tap into higher levels of understanding, intuition, and spiritual power. The narrative encourages you to nurture this inner light, as it is the key to breaking free from the limitations that have been imposed on humanity for ages. The concept of the Great Solar Flash is introduced as a pivotal event in this awakening process. This is described as a powerful wave of light that will flood the Earth, elevating the consciousness of all beings. While it may sound like a cosmic event, its implications are both spiritual and transformative. It symbolizes a moment when all hidden truths will be revealed, and humanity will finally see reality in its purest form. For you, this represents an opportunity for profound change, a chance to shed the illusions and embrace a new era of enlightenment. In this context, the narrative is not just a tale of ancient gods and cosmic battles, but a call to action for every individual. The message is clear. You are not powerless in the face of cosmic forces. Instead, you have the potential to become a conscious co-creator of your reality, breaking free from the cycle of control and manipulation that has defined much of human history. The role of light beings and their teachings is crucial because they provide the tools and knowledge needed to navigate this transformative period. They remind you that the power to change your destiny lies within you. By embracing this journey of self-discovery, you contribute to a collective awakening that could reshape not just the future of humanity, but also the fabric of reality itself. The current moment is critical. Humanity is at a crossroads where the choices made by each person will determine the course of the collective future. The path to liberation involves embracing the light, seeking truth, and rejecting the old systems of control. You are encouraged to be courageous in your quest for knowledge, to connect with others who share your vision, and to be a beacon of light for those still awakening. This is a powerful reminder of the potential for transformation that lies within every individual. It challenges you to rise above the limitations of the past, to seek out the light, and to join in the collective effort to bring about a new era of freedom, truth, and higher consciousness on Earth. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time if you are still with me, and if you would like, please think about subscribing to our channel. You may then receive updates on new videos that will provide you with additional knowledge, manifestations, philosophy, and personal development ideas. Your thoughts and opinions regarding this video would be much appreciated. Your contribution stimulates our cosmic research, and we are incredibly appreciative of your being here. And never forget that we are always here for you and wish you the best possible life filled with success and happiness. I hope you have an amazing day. If you have watched until the end, please respond with MMM, Master Motivational Mindset, so we can connect.